I got these really nice trees that bloom pink in the spring and summer, and I went ahead and trimmed it up. Evidence of all the branches I cut off. At the bottom there is like these wood pieces, so I'm gonna prune up the bottom and clean it out. And I bought these nice rocks I'm gonna put in there, so I'm gonna do a little makeover. Okay, so it actually looks like they at one point took care of it. I'm about to make it look better. There's a little bit of damage on that one right there. Maybe one day we'll completely replace what's around here, and having these really big rocks that I got would make that really easy. But for now, I'm just going to keep them there. Hello, little guy. Little lizard. With no legs. Little guy. Boy. Boy. Come out here. I just saw a lizard with 2 front legs, but no back legs. What? I start cutting, I'm going to show you what it looks like before I prune it. It is like super messy. And then I'm just going to trim it up. You can't even see what's supposed to be on the bottom. We're going to fix that. So it looks like this one's a little worse for wear than the first one. I'm gonna try to fix that and make it a little straight and uncover that one as much as possible. But like I said, I'm probably gonna just replace these later on. Up the tree or out of the way. This frog. Mr. Frog. You're still trying to hide in the spots that I'm gonna pull away. Go. Rock on top of you and kill you. You better go. Come on, mister. Go. You can come back later. Ultimate test. Does it blow grass out of the rocks without blowing rocks out? Now, I have a third tree, but we discovered there's a giant ant pile right there. So we're gonna have to go get ant killer and kill it off before we change the bottom part. So I think for now we're gonna go ahead and clean this one up and see how far I can get with 3 bags of rock around this tree. Well, there's already leaves in it the next day. Probably because I need to rake my yard. So I don't think I said this at the beginning of the video, but this originally was surrounded by rubber mulch. And it looked fantastic. It was great, cheap. Only problem I had with it was whenever I would go do yard work and get the leaf blower would just blow the mulch everywhere, and I would spend time picking up tiny pieces of mulch and throwing it back into the little area. So rocks, much heavier, won't blow whenever I use the leaf blower, and it looks really, really nice. Now I have this little fence area here because this is where my fairy garden is, and eventually we're going to be moving the fairy garden over to that little area right there. We're going to dig it out, probably use all this leftover mulch that we have, if not rocks. So I'm going to go ahead and set up my fairy garden here though for now. And there we go. It's been about 2 weeks since I've put the rocks around my fairy garden instead of the rubber mulch, and other than these leaves, it's looking pretty good. But I just got back from my favorite place in the whole entire world, the dollar store, and I got some stuff that was on sale. So I got this one, and it lights up, and I know that it's most likely not going to stay lit up for very long outside because it's going to get wet when it rains. But it was like 50 cents. So I'm going to put you... And I got this one. It also lights up. You see it in there having a party. And then these guys I had in my backyard. I don't know why I haven't put them out here yet, but go ahead and